Before we get into this week's plan with me, I want to show you this cool little thing that I bought at Michael's this weekend. It's an organizer for all of my planning supplies, and it's by the same people who make the Big Happy Planner. They had all of their stuff on sale for 30% off, and I thought this would be just a perfect way for me to keep my washi tape and my stickers and pens and ruler and all the things that I use every single week organized in one place. And it's got a nice little handle on the outside so I can carry it around with me too. I love it. All right, so the first thing that I did this week was got out my PowerSheets and went to my tending list for January, and I got my little checkbox that I made last week in my planner, and I just transferred over all of my daily goals into my PowerSheets. And then I went through my weekly goals and checked off anything that I had accomplished. And I did a quick review of my monthly goals just so I'd have them front of mind when it was time to create this week's layout. Now let's head to the planner. So last week I told you I wasn't really sure how I was going to do my monthly layout, but I decided to just make it very simple and just write in black ink when I have appointments or anything like that. And so it really is a bird's eye view of my entire month. And my weekly layout is where I get more specific. So last week, this is what it ended up looking like at the end of the week. I got flowers from my best friend Erin, and I just put the note that was attached to the flowers in my planner. And I wrote a little message about them there. And my daughter and I went to a movie, so I added that to last Friday. So this week, as I said last week, I like to do a loose layout with Post-it notes before I actually design my weekly layout. And it helps me just kind of figure out exactly how I want things to look. So I really liked the lines that I made at the top of my weekly layout last week, so I decided to do that again and do it in ink this time. So I'm just moving all of my little Post-its out of the way so I can create basically ruled lines up at the top of the page. Now I use this space for appointments that have a specified time, and I just really like the way that the lines keep things a little bit more organized. So I decided that I wanted to do this on a weekly basis. The next thing that I did was create another grid for my daily goals in the bottom left-hand corner. So down here, I just use my yellow pen again, and I create 7 check boxes for 4 different daily goals and write in my daily goals. And this is what I transfer to my PowerSheets at the end of the week. So things that I focus on daily are things like my exercise class, tidying up my house, engaging with my community, and reading my Bible. The next thing I did was transferred all of my scheduled appointments or exercise classes into the lined area of my planner. I like to use different colors of pens for different things. So for example, all of my exercise classes are in purple. Anything to do with my business is in pink. I put Facebook Lives in blue. It just helps me kind of see at a glance that I do have different appointments and they're for different things. So if I have doctor's appointments, I'll put them in a different color, things like that. And I decided to use a sticker from one of my new sticker sets to add a little design at the top on the left-hand sidebar of my weekly layout. And this will be my to-do list for the week. So the way that I use this is anything that doesn't have a specific day that it has to get done. If it's just something I need to focus on for the week or a task that needs to be done by the end of the week, I put that in my weekly sidebar instead of on a specific day. So I transferred over anything that didn't get done last week, and I put that at the top of my to-do list. And then I was able to go in and add anything else that I needed to add to work on this week. And just like last week, I added the word reminders to the bottom third of each day. And this is where I put specific tasks that have to be done on certain days of the week. So these for me are anything from, scheduling things for clients, or making sure that I send out my business newsletter on the appropriate day, or anything like that has a specific deadline. If it's something that I need to dedicate to a specific day, it goes into the lower third section of my weekly layout. One of the things I'm working on this coming weekend, is one of the goals for my house, where I'm going to be focusing on decluttering and organizing my guest bedroom upstairs. So I put on my monthly calendar at the beginning of January that I was going to do that on this Saturday. So now I'm just adding that to my weekly layout, and a few notes about, more specifics about what I want to accomplish with that space. I decided to find a sticker with a quote on it that I liked to put in the upper left-hand corner of my weekly layout. I didn't put anything in that box last week, but this week I put a sticker up there that just says motivation comes from within. This is the second week of January, and I really struggled last week with focusing on some of my goals. So I just wanted to give myself a little bit of encouragement every time I look at this layout. I also decided to add a shopping list to my Tuesday spread. Tuesdays are the days I typically leave work a little bit early. Leave my home office a little bit early, and I go pick up my daughter after school, and we spend the evening together, so I'm out of the house. So I decided to add a shopping list to Tuesday, and I'll spend that afternoon picking up a few things that I know I need. Like one of the things that I need is plastic tubs that I'll use on Saturday when I'm organizing my guest room. And because I struggled with some of my goals last week, I decided to get the Weight Watchers app on my phone and start tracking the food that I eat. And with Weight Watchers, everything has a point value. So I decided to add a section at the bottom of each day to keep up with the points every single day for the food that I eat, and just help me be a little more accountable to what I put into my body. It looks like a little set of dumbbells, and I wrote the words weigh in. So this will be a checkpoint for me with my health goals, where I will put in my weight and measurements on Sunday to track my progress. And that is this week's simplistic weekly layout. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you next week.